Hey, it's your boy the Crypto Goon, and shout out to all my crypto goons for pulling up once again. Man, a rough last week or so for most people. But I just want to talk about these two articles that I had saw in reference to the previous crypto crash last week. And also, I saw a lot of people that were saying that, I got liquidated in the futures market, which I didn't. The reason why, and I've said this in previous videos, I say it in a lot of videos. The majority of cryptocurrencies are pure trash, okay? And I always talk about, hey, I prefer to trade futures, crypto futures in a bear market over a bull market. The reason being is because the majority of cryptocurrencies go down. The majority of stocks go down, right? And that's one thing that a lot of people don't realize because most people aren't traders. They are investors. So when it comes to crypto futures, even if you look at my community section where I post a lot of trades. Hey, before we get to the rest of the video, I want to show you something really exciting. A project that has an unprecedented 93% positive rating on CMC, already has over 22,000 users, and is getting a lot of buzz lately for a good reason. Check out this short message from the CEO to get the full picture and find the link down in my description.
All right, guys, I am here to talk about Grape Coin or GRP. There are 5 reasons why I believe Grape will be a top 20 coin within 6 months. Number 1, Grape is the most powerful chain ever created. Every single user node adds 1,000 transactions per second. So it is infinitely sustainable with 100 million, 200 million, even half a billion transactions per second within possibility. Why is that a big deal? Number 2, it is a big deal because Grape's chain's main use case is powering a completely decentralized internet economy, essentially running a mass adoption Web3 by having a chain powerful enough to allow the most complex and crazy real world games and applications to go on chain. This is Web4 in a big way. Number 3, there are 2 big announcements coming. One of them is a partnership with an AI company, and this partnership will allow apps to be created in seconds on GrapeChain with only a few prompts. That's huge because no one has ever done it before, but also because it can lead to thousands of applications being created on GrapeChain within even the first week. Okay, so the second announcement is literally them working with a country, and in my opinion, it is unparalleled. Number 4, GRP has half the circulating supply of Bitcoin, so its supply is tiny. And number 5, it is about to be relaunched. And you might say, like, why is a relaunch massive? Well, if you've seen other coin relaunches like Matic to Polygon, it surged 7,000%. And that's because it's taking something proven that we've seen the market with before and fixing the issues that it had and then relaunching into something better. GRP was trading at almost $1,000 a coin without any of the functionality that it has and without any of the announcements that it has. Right now you can buy it cheaper than $3 before the relaunch, which is currently at its lowest price. And that is why I believe Grape will lead the market next year.
I really believe in this project, and right now they are running a limited time 66% bonus event, which basically makes it $1 per coin with the bonus included. The bonus percentage is dropping every day, and the price is set to increase to $15 per coin soon. Keep in mind, during the last launch, the all-time high was nearly $1,000 per coin. So this could be a huge opportunity. Make sure to use the link in my description to take advantage of the bonus while it is still active. That I take, or almost all of the trades that I take, the majority of them are shorts. I'm betting on the market going down. I prefer, just me personally, I prefer, because you can look this up, 80% of markets go down the majority of the time, 80%, okay? So we're normally in a bear market longer than we are in a bull market. And that's across the board, right? The majority of stocks are pure trash, right? And the majority of cryptos, well, almost all cryptos are pure trash. So when I'm trading or I'm looking for opportunities in the market, 99% of the time, I'm looking for a short opportunity. 1% of the time, I'm looking for a long opportunity. Okay, the way that the skill set that I have built on, it's a lot easier for me to look for short opportunities. Okay, so having these crashes, it adds to what I'm already doing, because you're not going to see the market get in trouble if it shoots up, right? You're not going to get, you can still get liquidated, right? And of course, you should always have stops in place. And sometimes, depending on how crazy the crash is, your stop could get missed because the platform, could malfunction or anything like that. But that's the reason why I look for shorts. Now, just looking at this article, right? After record crypto crash, a rush to hedge against another free fall. Okay, and again, I can't wait for a confirmed bear market, because I'm shorting everything. It just works for me, right? Following the largest crypto liquidation in history last Friday, options market investors are bracing for more volatility and further declines in Bitcoin and Ether, aggressively positioning in trades that offer protection against another potential free fall. Now, one of my homeboys, or an associate of mine, he really does the stock thing. We were having a conversation yesterday, and he was saying, one of the best ways to protect yourself is to just stay out when the patterns don't present themselves. So the crypto exchange that I use to trade futures, they were locked down. A couple of exchanges were locked down. They weren't allowing anybody to trade. You can only exit trades if you were already in. Like, for example, the one that I did on Zebek Network. And we were just talking. We were just like, the market isn't sexy right now. Just looking at it, right? So like if I go to, let me pull, I'm gonna just pull up a random one. So like I was looking at Solana, and just looking at any of them, right? Internet computer, like this isn't sexy. For me, this isn't tradable. I need a certain pattern, right? So like looking at this pattern right here, right? I'm shorting these, right? And I did a previous video on this. I'm shorting these. Like, these are the patterns that I'm looking for, like this, okay? I don't care about the longs. I'm looking for the shorts because the market goes down the majority of the time, right? I'm even looking at the performance of Internet Computer. The last week, they're down 23%. The last month, 29%. The last 3 months, they're down 36%. The last 6 months, down 23%. Year to date, 64%. The 1 year total, minus 55%, right? So something like that, I'm looking to take shorts on. I'm not chasing along. I'm not speculating on the bull market. I'm looking for certain patterns and taking shorts, right? But my friend was just saying, like, hey, sitting in cash is better than trying to chase these market gains, right? Because it's too much volatility. The president is unhinged. He could be taking a shit or taking a shower or feel some type of way, pick up the phone, send out a tweet, and just wreck everybody, right? Or make people's day by setting the market up. So waiting for the market to return to some normality and for the patterns to form and just sitting in cash, like, you can't lose that way either. And I know you have all these people that say cash is trash and all of this. Most of those people are broke. They don't have real money. They aren't self-sustained. Most of the people are paycheck to paycheck, and then of course you have people like Grant Cardone. He'll say cash is trash just to go viral when really he has a lot of cash. But again, it's just one of those things where you just got to do what works for you. I have a lot of cash on hand. I'm not tripping. If I lose money in the market, like, I'm cool. I don't even have a job, so it doesn't matter for me. Or bills, that where I need money to actually pay them because they're already paid. I don't really have any. And this isn't from a level of arrogance. This is just how I set my life up. Now, market participants said the crypto sector on Friday saw more than 19 billion in liquidations across leveraged positions as panic selling and low liquidity triggered sharp swings. The plunge came after U.S. President Donald Trump announced late on Friday a 100% tariff on China imports and threatened export controls on critical software. Now, all this was market manipulation. It's just a part of the game. We're players in the game. I saw a lot of people that took their life because, they lost a lot of money in the markets. There were a lot of crypto people, and that's the difference between people that are investors and traders. This isn't new. I've seen this happen in the Forex market before, where, we had large liquidations like this. This was years ago. You don't really see it much anymore because there has been things put in place. But with crypto being so new and just being adopted, These things are going to happen. I've done previous videos where I said that a lot of people are going to get burned along the way until crypto lands in its final place. Okay. The days of investing $100 and becoming a multimillionaire, that's over. That was pandemic. Now what's going to happen is in the future, the majority of cryptocurrencies are going to go to zero, and you're going to have a place where you're going to have money to play this game. Okay. It's very similar to Forex. Now with Forex, if you're a really, really good trader, you can start off with a little bit of money and build over time. But for most people that aren't traders, that are investors, you are going to have money to really see gains. Just think Bitcoin, right? How much money are you really going to make off Bitcoin with $10,000? Not much. Okay. So crypto analysts said this was the largest wipeout in a 24-hour period in the market's history. 9 times larger than the February 2025 crash and 19 times bigger than the March 2020 meltdown and the FTX collapse in November 2022. Bitcoin fell as low as 104,000 during the October 10th to 11th period, down more than 14% from its high of 122,000 on Friday. It was last up 0.6% at 115. The world's largest cryptocurrency hit a record high above 126,000 on October 6th. Ether, the second biggest digital currency, dropped 12.2% to a low of $3,436 on Friday. It changed hands at 4,254, up 2% on the day. Now, this is where it gets interesting. Altcoins took an even bigger hit as Hype is down 54%. Doge is down 62%. AVAX is down 70%. All experienced steep drawdowns before recovering to post more modest losses. Trump over the weekend softened his rhetoric on China, however, noting that it will all be fine and the U.S. did not want to hurt China. That helped the crypto recovery. China on Sunday blamed the U.S. for the escalation, but did not roll out further countermeasures. Now, last Friday, you saw volatility just jump across the board, not only for short dated, but also for long dated maturities. The sentiment around short dated volatility is that more people are worried about downward turns, said Sean Dawson, head of research of Derive.xyz in Canberra. Now, and again, I've said previously that cryptocurrency is not like the stock market, right? Most people want to be investors like in the stock market. And cryptocurrency is not that. It is a pump and dump. It is very volatile. The majority of these are pump and dumps, okay? Very similar to like the penny stock market, which, most people aren't going to listen to me. That's totally fine. Like I said, I'm straight, but it is what it is. It's a fucking pump and dump. That's what most people do not understand. People are putting their life savings into a pump and dump. It could be here today and gone tomorrow, or it can 10x tomorrow, right? But at the end of the day, it's a pump and dump. So right now, the market cap is at 3.82 trillion. I saw people panicking on social media and on YouTube because, we slightly came up, started to recover, and then now we're coming back down close to where we were at the bottom of that crash, which was 3.65 trillion. So I think what's happening is people have, are scared because of what happened. So a lot of people are moving their money into cash or moving their money into gold or silver, or just moving their money somewhere else. A lot of these ETFs are probably locked down. It's as of October 12th, 2025, the ETF minus $754 million. Okay. So, as you can see right here, it's come down. So the ninth, it was down 179 million. And then by today, the 12th, it was down 754 million. So this is the last 30 days or so. It is what it is. Like I said, people got scared. And I think what will happen is people will re-enter once we hear something from Jerome Powell about the next rate cut at the end of the month. And that will probably spark more inflows and bring the market back up. And again, we're going to see it again. Like this isn't the end of this isn't the end of it. We're going to see it again. This is a highly manipulated market now. At first it wasn't, right? Crypto kind of had a flow to it. But now that flow is starting to subside as you have larger institutions, market manipulation and all these other things going on. It is starting to, wild swings, right? Which can be very profitable depending on whatever trading strategy you have. an investing strategy outside of Bitcoin will not work. Oh, I'm sorry, Bitcoin and Ethereum will not work in the crypto market. And that's where most people will take their losses. But anyway, I just want to just commentate on this. I appreciate you all tapping in. It's the Crypto Goon, the one, never the two. I appreciate you all. Crypto Goon, out.